Can the Detroit Lions duplicate the success that the 2021 Cincinnati Bengals did last year, going from garbage to the Super Bowl? That's the topic of this video. That's the discussion of this video. Came up in an article, and I thought I'd like to go in depth on this and really, discuss the implications from last year's Bengals and what could happen to the Detroit Lions in 2022. But before we get into today's video, enjoy the 4th of July, folks. It's the 4th of July, Independence Day. Make sure you have fun with the family. You enjoy the family. Enjoy the sun. Enjoy grilling out if that's what you're going to do. And, of course, have fun shooting off fireworks. Stay safe. Just have a good day. That's what today's about. Not really about the Detroit Lions, not about anything else, but enjoying the time in Independence Day. Also, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Love to get to 4,000 subscribers. Let's go ahead and jump into the video right meow. If you're living in the money pit over there in Canada, where they believe that there is gold and treasure around 100 feet down, they call it the money pit over there. They're trying to find the hidden treasure on Oak Island. Then you would have not known that the Cincinnati Bengals went all the way from a bad team, from worst, to all the way to the Super Bowl in last year. And it was a really good Super Bowl against them and, of course, the Los Angeles Rams. How did that occur? And why are the Detroit Lions mentioned as a team just like the Cincinnati Bengals? Well, last year, the Cincinnati Bengals, we'll start before last year. They drafted Joe Burrow 2 years ago, and this guy had a great season in college, and he got injured his rookie year, could not finish the season. A lot of questions were, is this guy going to be able to be the franchise guy, come back from his injury, all that. Then last year, they take Jamar Chase instead of Penei Sewell, connect those two together. Last year, their offense was fire. Cincinnati Bengals were killing it on defense. Very good football team, beating their North rivals, going all the way to the Super Bowl. And so, people are comparing the Detroit Lions. Can they do the same thing that the Bengals did? And you'll say, why the hell would they say that? Well, if you look at the Detroit Lions, last year you had Jared Goff coming from trade from the Rams. It was a bad situation. The roster was bad. A lot of injuries on this team. Then they drafted really well. They come back this year. They get a wide receiver in Jameson Williams, kind of like Jamar Chase, the best wide receiver in the draft. You pair him up with year 2 of Jared Goff, and in coming back from injuries, and the defense getting better. A team on the rise with a good head coach and good leadership in general manager that we have in Brad Holmes, and all the way around. So the Lions are getting compared to the Bengals of being a team that could make that jump. And there's other teams, too. There's 5 other teams that was placed in that. Can that occur? Well, I think the Detroit Lions are going to improve immensely regarding win-loss record this year compared to last year. Why is that? Well, if you look at the roster, first off, the roster is much improved regarding talent, offensively and defensively. Last year, the Detroit Lions wide receivers were terrible. It was the worst in the NFL, and now they have very good depth there. They have some big-time playmakers. Jared Goff's got some weapons. They're not the worst wide receivers. I say they're 10 to 12 range regarding the depth at wide receiver and the talent. Offense much improved. Defensively, their defensive line was just starting last year. Now it is much improved and near finished with a lot of talent. Secondary, talented as well. The running back room, talented all around. Their talent is there. Last year, it was not there. They're still getting rid of the Patricia players. They're still getting rid of the stank. And we've seen what happened with 3 wins. Last year's schedule was hard. It was extremely difficult for the Lions, and they managed to be in nearly every single game. This year, schedule is considered to be the 5th easiest in the NFL, so they should win more games. Cincinnati Bengals, very similar, very competitive. But now, year 1, the Bengals, their rebuild, injured riddle. Year 2, much improved. The Detroit Lions, injury riddled. Year 2, looks to be healthy. Young team. Bengals, young team. The Detroit Lions, young team. Can they do it? Can the Detroit Lions go from worst to first? I don't believe they're going to do it. I think they're going to be a team to be reckoned with, though. I absolutely do. I think they could make the playoffs. It's potential there. I still got doubts on that. I still think they're a 7-8 win team. But all you have to do is flip a couple of games, and guess what, folks? You're a wild card spot. I don't believe they're going to win the NFC North because the Green Bay Packers is a better football team than last year. When you look at the Steelers, I think they're better than that. I think they're better than the Cleveland Browns of last year. You know, the Ravens, it's a little bit difficult. I think they're a better football team. But when you look at the NFC North, we're not better talented than the Green Bay Packers. I still think it's Green Bay's division. That means Green Bay will win the division, in my personal opinion. It's going to be difficult for the Lions to take that spot. Minnesota Vikings are no slouch either. They're a better team. When you look at the Steelers, I think they're better than last year's Steelers, and I think they're better than last year's Cleveland Browns. Now, the Bears, I think they're not a good team. So it's a little bit different there. The NFC North and the AFC North are similar from last year, AFC to the NFC, but I still think it's Green Bay's division. I think Minnesota is better than what people think. They're a team that can win football games, that got a good offense. So I think Detroit is not at that level of the Bengals regarding, division winning and all of that. But you flip a couple games, they can make the wild card. You look at the rest of the NFC, there's a lot of good teams in the NFC. The Los Angeles Rams, who won the Super Bowl, the Arizona Cardinals, they should be winning again, even though we beat them. You look around the Dallas Cowboys, the Philadelphia Eagles. There's some good teams out there that the Detroit Lions would have to defeat to make it to a Super Bowl. I don't think that's the case. I don't think they win the games they need to win to make it all the way to a Super Bowl. I don't think they're in that process yet. I don't believe so. But the comparisons are real. Jamar Chase, Williams. Williams is hurt. He's going to miss time. Jamar Chase wasn't. He was steady the whole time. So I think that DJ Shark could elevate that wide receiver position and kind of, be one of those players that can help out, Jared Goff, kind of like Chase did Burrow. But Chase is better than Shark right now last year. I mean, Chase is on a different level. So you would have to expect a Williams and a Shark to take that level up a notch to put up those type of numbers, and you're going to have it. The running game was really good for the Bengals last year, very underrated. I think the Detroit Lions running game could be like that. The Bengals' Achilles heel was the offensive line. The Detroit Lions' offensive line is way better, way improved. But to go to the Super Bowl, I'm not going to say that. Even to win a playoff game, even get in the playoffs, I'm not going to say that. Just too many hurdles at this point. We still have issues at linebacker, in my opinion. I think another draft will solidify that linebacker position to make it hella scary with the defensive line and the corner room. That defense should take a significant jump next year like it's going to take this year. Last year, defense was not rated good at all. I think they're going to take a big jump this year. It's going to elevate the wins, but not to a Super Bowl contender. Next year, I think the Detroit Lions linebacker and the whole defense take a significant jump, be improved to where they can be a playoff contender, and potentially make a run, because all you got to do is get in the game, the big game, 2008. The New York Giants, they get in there as a wild card. The rest is history. So if you can get in the dance, you can win anything. We've seen it multiple times with many different teams. But the Bengals last year are better than the Detroit Lions this year, in my opinion, pretty much on all fronts, except for the offensive line. The offensive line is not better. But anything is possible. I still think that we should have the expectations of them being a 7-8 win football team. I think that's where they should be. They should get to 7 wins. Anything below 7 wins is a failure, in my opinion. You have to get to that 7-8 wins. To be a team to take a next step in the right direction. It's really important for them to do that, because if you don't do that, you're going in the wrong direction. I think the expectation should be 7-8. But to say the Lions go all the way to the Super Bowl, to me, that is high expectations. That's the goal of every team in the NFL. But having that type of expectations, I think, is going to hurt you at the end if they don't make it. I think that's extreme expectations. It's going to be real difficult. It's been difficult for the Lions franchise since they've been established. They've never been to a Super Bowl. So I think we should be patient here, and just watch this process take out. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to LNU. A lot of great content coming on here with Chrissy, with Herman, more interviews, a lot of quality content creators on here like Dosa Dion, Everything King, everybody. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on epic content.
Perfect.